Kunja Vihari. Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jaya Krishna Rukmini Jaya Satyabhama, Krishna Rukmini Jaya Satyabhama. Jaya Nittai Gauranga Jaya Nittai Gauranga, Nittai Gauranga Jaya Nittai Gauranga. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Prabhupada. Jai Umeshpad Brahmamsa Parivrajagacharya Ashtotra Shatasishmas Divine Grace Abhay Charnaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Srimad-Bhagavad-Gita ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 5, Karma Yoga, Action in Krishna Consciousness, text number 16. Jnanena tu tad ajnanam yesham nashitam atmanah tesham adityavat jnanam prakashayati tatparam. Word to word meaning. Jnanena by knowledge, tu but, tat that, ajnanam nescience, yesham of those, nashitam is destroyed, atmanaha of the living entity, tesham of their, adityavat like the rising sun, jnanam knowledge, prakashayati discloses, tatparam in Krishna consciousness. Translation and purport by Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. When, however, one is enlightened with the knowledge by which nescience is destroyed, then his knowledge reveals everything as the sun lights up everything in the daytime. Purport. Those who have forgotten Krishna must certainly be bewildered by those who are in Krishna consciousness, but those who are in Krishna consciousness are not bewildered at all. It is stated in Bhagavad Gita, Sarvam Jnana Plavena Jnanagni Sarva Karmani and Nahi Jnanena Sadrisham. Knowledge is always highly esteemed. And what is that knowledge? Perfect knowledge is achieved when one surrenders unto Krishna. As it is said in the 7th chapter, 19th verse, Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanavan Mam Prapadyate. After passing through many births, when one perfect in knowledge surrenders unto Krishna, or when one attains Krishna consciousness, then everything is revealed to him as the sun reveals everything in the daytime. The living entity is bewildered in so many ways. For instance, when he thinks himself God unceremoniously, he actually falls into the last snare of innocence. If a living entity is God, then how can he become bewildered by nescience? Does God become bewildered by nescience? If so, then nescience or Satan is greater than God. Real knowledge can be obtained from a person who is in perfect Krishna consciousness. Therefore, one has to seek out such a bona fide spiritual master and under him learn what Krishna consciousness is. The spiritual master can drive away all nescience as the sun drives away darkness. Even though a person may be in full knowledge that he is not this body but is transcendental to the body, he still may not be able to discriminate between the soul and the super soul. However, he can know everything well if he cares to take shelter of the perfect bona fide Krishna conscious spiritual master. One can know God or one's relationship with God only when one actually meets a representative of God. A representative of God never claims that he is God, although he is paid all the respect ordinarily paid to God, but because he has knowledge of God. One has to learn the distinction between God and the living entity. Lord Krishna therefore stated in 2nd chapter, 12th verse, that every living being is individual and that the Lord also is individual. They were all individuals in the past, they are individuals at present, and they will continue to be individuals in the future, even after liberation. At night, we see everything as one in the darkness, but in day, when the sun is up, we see everything in its real identity. Identity with individuality is spiritual life. Identity with individuality in spiritual life is real knowledge. That sends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimirantasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin iti namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So in the material world, people are situated in one of the modes of the material nature. There are three modes of the material nature. As we all know, there are goodness, passion, and ignorance. There are certain peoples who are situated in the mode of goodness. The nature of those people are like they will be calm, peaceful, having helping tendency. They want to follow the rules and regulations set by their authorities. So such people are sattvic, and they don't want to do any harm to anyone. So such kind of people are said to be in the mode of goodness. Or certain people, they will always be passionate to create more and more new things, and they want to set up many systems, and they have the ability to control over the other people in a proper leadership. So their intelligence are little wider, and they are called the mode of passion. And the third class of people are in the mode of ignorance. They will be lazy, lethargic, and they don't want to follow the rules and regulations. All other class of people are in the mode of ignorance. And sometimes the people are situated in the mode of goodness, sometimes in the ignorance, the same person, or sometimes in the mode of ignorance. So likewise, the people are situated either in the mode of the three modes of material nature. Original nature, original knowledge, real identity, then apparently he is said to be in the ignorant platform only. The person, based upon the current environment situation, material nature, if he considers that alone as all in all, then he is not said to be situated in the complete knowledge. Right from his identity, one identifies himself as the product of this material body. So if one identifies that, then everybody knows the material body is not going to last long forever. It has to come to an end at one point of time. Generally we call the proverb, there is a proverb called as sure as death. So death is inevitable. At one point of time, one has to leave his material body. That means my existence is going to get terminated the moment the body gets destroyed? No, that is not the fact. The fact is my existence is going to continue forever. So that is our real position. In the material world, we got this knowledge. There are so many branches of knowledges there. About the astronomy, about the nanotechnology, about the microbiology, so many different about how to deal with other living entities, so many kinds of varieties of knowledge. And it is all evolving. Day to day it is evolving. But it is depending upon the level of perception, depending upon the level of intelligence, the knowledge is revealed about certain facts within the material world for a person. But constitutionally, I am not the product of this material world at all. I belongs to another category of world. Just like the present world is manifested in so many varieties, so many living entities, so many forms are there. There is another category of world. It is called spiritual world. In that spiritual world, there are so many varieties of living entities, so many varieties of forms, and so many varieties of relationships are there. And knowledge about such world is the real knowledge. And that knowledge is called apaurusheya. It is not this material knowledge what we are learning itself. It is created by someone or revealed by someone. But that knowledge about the spiritual world, knowledge about the spiritual relationship with other jivas, it is all not apaurusheya. It is all not created one. It is all is already existing in the spiritual world, and it is just we have to accept the fact as it is. There's no need of speculating about it. Because the material world, generally, if one tries to speculate about certain things, then he can get some kind of result. Based on error and trial method, he can get the solution for the problem he has, or solution for what he want to achieve. But the spiritual knowledge is not like something which we have to speculate and get it. The knowledge is already there it is eternally it is existing, and one has to simply accept that. And that is what Krishna is telling here. If however, in this particular verse, that when however one is enlightened with the knowledge by which nescience is destroyed, then his knowledge reveals everything as the sun lights up everything in the daytime. Just like in the daytime, in the night time, we can see everything as a dark matter. But as soon as the sun is there, then we can able to see everything in its perfect nature. In the same way, the spiritual knowledge, when one is enlightened with the spiritual knowledge, then everything will be revealed to him in its perfect sense. One thing is we are ignorant about our identity, that is nature, as a product of this material world. Then another kind of ignorance is we are ignorant about our relationships. Because we accept this body as all in all, we accept the bodily connectivity with other living entities as their one's own relative. Or certain people, with respect to the mind, they will accept something as their relatives, friends, well-wishers, like that. But the living entity has no connection with any of such relationship. Apparently, the living entity has, as long as the body has. But that relationship is not all in all. That relationship is like when a person is having a car, and over a period of time, say for example 10 years, the car will work little finely, but after that it will start giving trouble. Then the mechanic say simply that you have to change the car, there is no other alternative, we can't repair anymore. So in such condition, if the person thinks, oh, I have lost everything, that means he is situated in the mode of ignorance. What is the alternative thing? Yes, you can sell the car and get a new car, and your work will continue as earlier with the new car. It won't get stopped. So then that is knowledge. The relationship with the old car will get vanquished and the new car becomes established. But even that new car also, it is not going to be permanently be with him. Over a period of time, he has to leave that car also, then go to another car. So as long as he is having the car in a detached way, he has to conduct his real business. What is his real business? Understanding about the spiritual nature. That should be his real business. Because the very purpose of human life itself is to know about our constitutional nature. That is the only thing which differentiates us from the other living entities, the forms of other living entities. The forms of other living entities are deeply ignorant, so much so that they can able to conceive about their own bodily necessities alone. Where to get food, where to get sleep, where to get sex life, how to defend from others. Only these 4 bodily necessities. But human life has higher intelligence, that we are living in the ocean of miseries. So, and my existence is eternal. So why should I continue to live in the miserable world? Is there any solution to come out from this miseries? So if a person is inquisitive about that, then he is said to be coming to the platform of real knowledge. Instead, as long as the person is try to utilize all his intelligence, all his opulences for maintaining this material body alone, then he is said to be not an advanced person. Is not, in Shastra says such a person is not at all an human being. He is said to be, even though he has a human form, he is said to be in an animal life, animal way of life. So in the human form of life, the 2 things which we are trying to achieve. One is the economic development and sense gratification. If these 2 things, our focus should not be only with these 2 things, our focus must be with how to come out from the ocean of miseries. Then that is human life. And in order to get the knowledge about the real self, one has to approach a bona fide spiritual master. As in the purport, Srila Prabhupada is explaining that the spiritual master can drive away all nescience as the sun drive away darkness. Even though a person may be in full knowledge that he is not this body, but is transcendent to the body, he still may not be able to discriminate between the soul and the super soul. However, if he knows everything well, if he can know everything well, if he cares to take shelter of the perfect bona fide Krishna conscious spiritual master. So, the knowledge about the Supreme Self is not limited to just by learning from the Vedas. That alone is not there. One have to learn the truth from the bona fide person. Then, and by means of establishing a relationship with the bona fide spiritual master, the knowledge will revealed to him without fail. That is called, that is the nature of the spiritual knowledge. The knowledge will be revealed to him. And just one have to follow the footsteps of the previous spiritual master and surrenders his life to the mission of the spiritual master. Then such a candidate is eligible to attain the real knowledge. So that is the purport of this particular verse. We'll stop with this. Srimad-Bhagavad-Gita ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.